What's happening, everybody? JayShockblast here, and it's official. Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, whichever platform you were playing Marvel Heroes Omega on, it is gone. The servers are shut down, and the game is gone forever. And I didn't even get to be there for it because there's cowards that are involved with Roth Capital or Roth Investing or whatever they're called. And Von Douchebag himself were too gutless to put out on any form of social media that I can find that, hey, this is the exact time that everything is happening. I wanted to be there selfishly for the end. I wanted to be there as everything faded to black and we got stuck with this screen forever. And, I feel like that was taken from me because this is one of the biggest jokes of a shutdown ever. I mean, from the employees getting terminated the day before Thanksgiving to the game unexpectedly shutting down a month and a half before it was supposed to. Well, I mean, a month and like 5 or 6 days before it was supposed to. Unexpectedly, unannounced, Like, the only reason anybody even knew about the Friday shutdown, what was supposed to happen Friday, was because of the termination letter that employees posted. And that's not fair, and it's not right to anybody. And nothing can, be more unfair than what's happening to the employees who have had their livelihood taken from them. And I really wish them the best in finding their next journey. I'm really sorry this is happening to you guys. But it's such an awful situation all around. I want to start off with the positive. Marvel Heroes Omega is easily one of my favorite games of all time. Top 5, top 10, I don't know. It's somewhere in there. I played it through the client. I didn't really play it on Steam. So I don't know if there was ever a way to tell how many hours I invested into it. But it was in the multiple thousands easily. And I do not regret any penny that I spent. I do not regret any of the time I invested. I loved this game. I played it for... My first video was in April of 2013 for Marvel Heroes. It was in beta. It was terrible. I didn't really know editing very well, so it edited at like a 4:3 screen. So there's black bars on both sides. It's terrible. And it wasn't even meant to be that way. It was squished. So I've grown a lot since then. And the game has too, which changed a lot. Watching the raft, what it used to be, reminiscing, was pretty cool to kind of see how it used to be and what it became. The game was never perfect. I mean, I know that it had a rough launch. I know that there are people that are disappointed in how long it took for things to happen. But there was a lot of love and passion that went into this game by the devs. And I would be remiss if I didn't sit here and say thank you to every last one of you, past and present. I appreciate you all so much. Your PR team was just amazing to work with. There's part of me that doesn't want to name names because I don't want anybody to feel left out, because I know I've interacted with a lot of people. But I do know that Chris and Tyler and David are the ones that I interacted the most with as a PR perspective. And all three of them were just top notch, just great people. And of course, Astros on Twitter, I interact with him quite a bit. And, very, very passionate about the game. And there's so many other people too. I didn't know you guys as well, but those four especially, I worked with and talked to so much, and made me feel appreciated, made me feel like I was part of something, and I just can't thank them enough. And reading Brian's Twitter feed today, it breaks my heart to know what was coming. Gladiator Thor sounds amazing. He had a not a team up, but a summon where he could call in Hulk. It was called A Friend from Work. It's just amazing. He could switch through like 3 different weapons, and he had a ton of different costumes already planned, both comic and movie related. They had a 5-man raid that was supposed to come out, like literally come out like now, for Surtur. That was like completely reworked. There were new bosses for him, and I guess Hela was going to be involved. Character releases, there were going to be 4 new characters coming out. Spider-Woman, which we knew, Gamora, Wasp, and Thanos, all were going to be playable heroes that came out. And Wasp was going to come out around Ant-Man and Wasp. Spider-Woman was going to release out with the Omega patch. Gamora was the next being worked on for an early spring release. Thanos was an early design for Infinity War release. December, we were supposed to get Doctor Doom, Taskmaster, Carnage, and Magneto. And Venom was going to go back on sale on console. In January/February, it was going to be Rogue. March, April, he says he forgets. Maybe no one due to Gamora. And then June, July was going to be Vision, Cable. So those are all characters that were coming. It's just it's crazy. I'm just reading through some of his other posts from today, and it's just crazy. I'm so sorry you guys are dealing with this. Again, thank you guys so much for giving me and many other people thousands of hours of enjoyment. I mean, I feel like we all deserve better. I mean, Astros didn't even get to log in and say goodbye, and that's just shitty, I hope everybody gets their money back. I've been pretty torn about how to feel about this. I definitely have, no matter what, felt that since October 1st, any money spent should have been refunded, no questions asked. Ever since everything kind of went dark, and people were in the dark, had no idea what was going on, and spending money blindly, I feel like at least that money deserved to be refunded. But it goes beyond that. Especially on console. We all were sold like a 5-year plan. We all expected this to last longer. I did get $220 back from Microsoft. And I'd probably get way more if I got money back from Sony. And I feel like in a lot of ways anything before October 1st, I think we got our money's worth out of. And I know there are some of you that may disagree, and I will just agree to disagree there. I got my money back from Microsoft because I could. And I worry that is why everything happened so suddenly. I think the board ran away from their commitments, their responsibilities, to fans they misled, to fans they let down. And the only thing that mattered to them was their own skin. And in some ways, I guess I can understand and relate, because at some point in time it becomes fight or flight. You have to decide whether to look out for you or whether to do the right thing, and they chose to look out for themselves. And I don't respect it, but I can understand. But at the same time, now that makes me want to fight to make sure that every last one of you get your money back. I want everybody should get their money back. Not on PC. I mean, I don't think I will ever believe I deserve every dollar I spent on the PC back, because I played the game for over 4 years before it came on console on PC, and quite frankly, it is what it is. If you spent money on the PC version in the last year, knowing how little they were investing in it, that's kind of on you, So that part of it, I fight the morals of what's right, and with being somewhat vengeful, if you know what I mean. Console people, I think it's a little bit different. I don't necessarily, again, I feel like a lot of people spent a lot of time on this game and absolutely got their money's worth. But I feel like at the same time, a lot of people were willing to spend the money, were willing to make the investment because it was supposed to be so much longer. If people knew that the game was going to end on November 27th, 2017, I guarantee you nobody would have spent anywhere near as much money, if any money, on the game at all. So it's the catch-22, and it has to be that they're running away from chargebacks from Microsoft. That has to be the reason why it was so sudden. I'm sure they're out of money. I'm sure the bank just said, hey, yeah, we're not giving you any more money if you're going out of business. I don't know what you do in that case, but I know that the people that lost their jobs didn't deserve it to happen that way. They deserved at least a severance, something to cover them, during the time period that they're like their salary should have been paid through December 31st. Their insurance should have been held through December 31st. I mean, these are real life situations for these people. Like, that's a responsibility of the company, But I guess when you're a big investor and make all that money, you can just do whatever you want. So this is not the way I wanted my time with the game to end. This is not the last video I wanted to make. There's no great or good way for this to end, but this is it. This is more than likely the last video I'll make on the game. If I do ever make another video on the game, it'll be about the what could have been. It'll be because, one of the guys that are now gone are putting out pictures and stuff like that of work they were working on. So, I'm sorry this happened for everybody. I would love to know what games you guys are moving on to. Leave it in the comments below. What games you're playing now. Just out of curiosity. Thank you, Marvel Heroes, for 4.5 amazing years. Love this game. I am going to miss it immensely. But with that, I'm going to stop recording, and we'll see you.